Hello, hello, hello. Does that sound familiar? I was sitting here thinking, how am I going to say hello today? And Dutch come into my head. So,
Ah,
hello,
yeah,
hello,
yeah.
hello. So welcome everybody. How are you all? It's really good, guys. I am not in chat. We did not find my other computer. It has seemed to have grown legs and walked, so I cannot jump in the chat with you guys. So I can read your chat, but I can't answer you or speak. But we're here again tonight for stream number 50. 50. Now, last week I
Ah,
said it was stream 51.
50.
Yeah, I did. I did that. So
Area
that was all bad,
51.
me. Yeah, mate. Oh, Growler Thunder 51. So, yeah. So, welcome, Growler. How are you this lovely day?
Ah, yeah, getting there, mate, getting there. And good to be back with our beautiful family
Yeah.
as
We'll have
usual.
a look who's in.
Uh,
Let's have a look. Yeah.
yeah, so we got Super Dave 44. G'day, Super Dave. Hope you're
Oh,
going well,
hey,
my
Dave.
brother.
Love you,
Yeah, just
bro.
keep pumping that stuff out, mate. You're doing a great job, and we love you very
Keep
much.
that
Uh,
keep that microscope active. Do
yeah,
the water. Do your rainwater. Play around with it,
yeah.
Dave. You're going to find lots of stuff.
Mm. We've got
Okay,
Shane
sorry about.
Barber in the house. Our awesome brother, Shane Barber. We love you, mate. You're just a jet on
Hey,
steroids. You
Shane.
really are. And Michael Joshua Lewis, good to have you in the house, bro. Hope everything's going well for you.
Sydney,
And
Sydney,
yeah,
Sydney in the house. Michael, tell us
yeah.
what's going on where you are.
Mm. And Joseph Sage, g'day Sagey. Hope everything's going
Yay.
well for you, mate. And Trixie Andrews, as I said, good to
Hey,
have you on
Tricks.
board, sister, and we're just so proud of you. You've taken very big steps in a short time. You just
Yep,
keep it up, darling, and please, just keep. If you know if you've come across something that's happening in Sydney, please let us know and let us know in the comment section. We've got Bill Stegmans. We've got Bill Stegman in. G'day,
Stegman.
Billy. Hope you're going well, mate. And virtual evacuations are okay. What do you mean by that, Tricks? Virtual evacuations are funny.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
she sent
okay.
me, actually, Trixie, thank you for the email, and thanks to all of you. Thank you, Peter Williams. Peter's always sending me stuff. Trixie's always sending me stuff. Now, Vernon just texted me. Just got sidetracked. Hey,
Yeah,
Vernon.
yeah.
Thank you to everybody who sends your emails. Trixie did send me an email just before we started the stream. I didn't tell you about Growler, and it was something about they're doing these evacuation drills. I don't know if it was for schools or it's like, yeah, forced evacuations. So she'll probably give us, or virtual evacuations. She'll probably tell us a little bit more about that as we go on. But yeah, Western
Right,
Warrior, hey
okay.
girl, how you going? Hey girl,
Hey,
good to
Western, how
see
are you?
you.
What Western Warrior? Hope you're going well.
And to
The
anybody
school, she
else who
said.
jumps in. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the school. That's right. I thought it
yeah.
might have been schools. So,
Okay.
yeah, so to anybody, we hope we didn't miss any of you. And to all
Mm,
who join from now on who are not here, you can't hear this. So, welcome. Louise
mm.
G, welcome.
Louise G,
All
how are you,
right.
doll? Hope you're going well. Much love to you. So,
Yes, so
yep.
we're under fire here really badly in this
Mm,
country, and Growler's going to fill us in on that after we go through some a little
mm,
bit something different that I've been looking into, because I
yep.
am so sick and tired of the whole show, the whole
Mm,
stage. I've
yep.
cleared my mind that in that way. I don't need to learn any more in that way. I don't get me wrong, guys. I appreciate anything you send us, but just
Mm,
myself and my own research has taken a different turn again, and I'm loving it. I must say, Growler, I am really enjoying what I'm
yes, you
doing.
are. Absolutely.
Yes, it brings a big smile on my face, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Very big smiler. Yeah, smiler. Our data
yeah.
junkie's just come in. G'day,
Oh,
data
okay.
junkie. Hope you're going well. And g'day,
Marlo.
Marlo. Hope you're going well too, doll. Thanks for coming in. Greatly appreciated, guys. Yep.
Awesome. So I'm going to start this evening off, yes, a little bit different. So I've been researching in a few different areas. I've been, Messy's pulling the first thing we're going to talk about up. I've been doing different research into different areas, and I've really hit the architecture, history, the history of architecture. How interesting. But I decided to do this, is what I've been working on a little bit lately. And I've found many, many more things than this, but this is just some highlights I thought I would go through you guys with and show you what I found and show you what I know. So if we hug in tight on this one, guys, this is a magma chamber out from Nantucket Island, which is out from Providence, up from New York. Now, there's Nantucket. Yes, you can see there. We've got Providence. I can't read that. It's too small, but I'm surmising that's what it says. Because I'm on my phone, guys. It makes it so difficult. There we go. Now, there is this is a magma chamber. As you can see, these are like an underwater volcano. That's absolute. Because, Messi, if you go up a bit along this chain out to sea, heading out to sea, yep, just go, and go down a little bit tight, mate. Go down a little bit tight on the top of these. We didn't talk about this before. On those, no, back where you were. Yeah, back where you were, where those, yep. Just go down and zoom in a bit. No. Go above the volcanoes again, mate. I don't know what's happening here. It's got a mind of its own. Yeah, mate, just go down in there. Can you go down a bit closer, please? Now, you can see the tops of these ones are very, very visible, okay? Now, if you go along the chain of the volcanoes, Messi, until you get to the end of them, and there's a little congregation at the end. Yep, keep going, yep. Yeah, just there. Okay, go down in tight there, please. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you just go in, oh, maybe he can't get in any closer. Okay, so, Growler, I'll just give it to you for 1 sec, mate. Hang on.
Yeah, mate. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Beck's just organising a few things, and yeah, I'll be introducing after Beck's finished a few bills, or actually one very specific bill bill enhancement, part of a legislational bill that was passed through the upper and lower house of federal parliament last Wednesday, and this has not been passed through any other country at the moment. So it's quite worrying. So I'll quickly go through it
Okay.
once Becky's finished. And yeah, okay. So
I'm so sorry.
And she is back. That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Go for it, mate.
What's happened is the Google Earth, when you're using, probably could be something to do with StreamYard, but when you're using Google Earth, it's not behaving. It's taking up too much energy, and it's interfering with the stream. So messages came in and told me. So I can't actually continue with that. We're going to try and find a way around that in the future, because wow, I had some really good things to show you guys. It was like at least 20 minutes content I could have went through then. I'm a bit disappointed, but never mind. So, well, that's all right, Growler, because you've got your half of it. So we're just going to we're not going to be able to talk about my stuff, and I'm just going to have to try and sort out why that does that, and then hopefully we can work our way around that in the future. Hi, Spencer Murphy. Welcome in. Welcome. And Naota. Welcome. How are things down under? Mate, they're shocking. Growler's going to tell you in a minute. Ryan Holtzman. Welcome, mate. Welcome. JD Leslie's in the house. Trump won.
G'day, JD.
Trump didn't win. Are you still going to say your name's Trump won? It's so funny. It's good. I like it. So I just thought I'd do that. I'm gonna have to pass it over to you, because that just totally fell apart for me, didn't it?
Oh, it's not fair. Well,
it doesn't matter. You take it as it comes.
We'll have to do a big presentation next time. So,
Paul Levi, welcome, Paul. Welcome, our mate. Yes.
Yeah, Paulie, brother, we love you. We love you, mate. We really love you. That's right. And Melissa Helm.
Yep.
And yeah, Melissa Helm, thank you. Text us there. Hope you're going well, Melissa. I saw you came in last week and maybe a few other times as well. Hope you're going well over there. Of course, yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to my awesome brother Paul Levi. Your grouse, mate, and love you very much. And Tricia, good to have you in, Tricia.
Trisha. Trisha.
Trisha, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
I better
Tricia.
put my
That's
glasses on.
well, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Zoe, my awesome Zoe, our awesome Zoe. You're just grouse, man. We love you very much, and glad you could come in and enjoy just a bit of a uh, easier presentation tonight and just a bit more relaxed. And we don't want to really focus on the horrible stuff today again.
No, and guess what?
Yeah.
I've got some good news. I've got some good news. I don't mean to interrupt you, but Missy just come in
No.
and said that we can run the still shots I sent him, because I sent him all the coordinates before. So what we're going to do is run the still shots instead of being able to zoom in and look around. But I am going to show you
Cool.
just a couple of little things. It won't be as in depth, but at least I can go through it that way, and we can try and figure out what's going on with Google Earth for next time and be able to go through it a bit more in depth. But it's well worth looking at, guys. I've found some amazing things. So, okay, Growler, so thank you. I'm going to take back
That's
over
all right.
and get
Go
this
for it,
done,
mate.
because Growler's got
Go
some
for it.
information for us, as he always does, and he's researching that stuff I just don't want to do anymore. So I will start these slideshow for you of these photos that I sent to Messi with the coordinates, because he was pinning them for me so we could run through it, but because it didn't work that way, that's fine. We can do it like this. And what I found was I was on Google Earth and I was looking for something completely different, and I found a lot of anomaly and how do you say the word anomalies? Is that right?
Yeah, anomalies. Anomalies.
Okay.
Yep.
Very, very many anomalies, but not where the normal channels seem to find them. They're kind of looking in a different spot to that what I started. And are you there, Messi? Could you run that first photo for me? And the anomalies stretch right across the plate, and it's funny how Google is 2D too, doesn't kind of curve. But thought I'd throw that in. Somebody said that before. Yeah, it was Vernon. So, yes, Vernon and I were going through this before. Now, I'm having a lot of trouble seeing what that is on my phone. Can you fill me in, Growler? What are you looking at there? Is that the big track one? I know there was quite a few.
Just bear with me.
I really can't see it on my phone, and this is here we go. I've pulled it up.
Got it?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
here is our lightning bolt. And I'm just saying, look, guys, all we've done all these years we've been doing this is bring you information. We present you with stuff and you go away with it what you want. So I'm not telling you it's this, it's that. You know, I've never done that. I'm just presenting you with some stuff here that I found very interesting and very anomalous. Okay. So this is what I called the lightning bolt. Oh, look at this one. Now, yes. Well, if you have a look at natural geology doesn't follow a pattern. And I mean, come on, we're all big kids here. So that one is very, very interesting indeed. But what is also interesting is if you look at the bottom of this picture, go to the bottom and look at those ruts. You know, see where that looks like giant, excavator chain. I know all about machines, and it's spaced beautifully. It's they're 2 tracks apart, but we've got more than that. So we'll go to the next one. Yeah, so these are just now. This, when I first saw this photo, I saw the very top bit there, and I was going, oh, that's an anomaly, like a glitch within the Google Earth itself, So I went in, I went, yeah, no, that's those little funny patterns aren't there. Then I came down a bit, and yes, lo and behold, here it is. Now, did stop there. That's why oh no, it didn't. I'm sorry. It kept going, but I took that photo because I wanted to get that top bit in. That line across looked to me like it was a glitch with Google Earth, but it was not. And there's much more around that area too. Next one, please, Missy. That's why it's a shame that we can't be doing this live. Right now, need I say any more? Can we see what's going on here? Nice triangles there. Lovely.
Mm.
And I just really thought that was a good shot. It's like I said, you get these people that do this sort of thing. Now, this is all under the water. This is not Antarctica. They do all Antarctica. They do this and that. Nobody I know is looking on the ocean floor, right? So that was that chain this is a volcano that was in that chain that we were looking at previous, which was out from Nantucket Island, out from Providence in New York. And this is the biggest of the volcanoes in that chain, on that magma chamber. And this one, I thought, that's why I hunkered in nice and close, and these triangles. So, next one there, please, Maz. Yeah, it's just amazing, some of the things we're seeing. But I went a bit further than that because Vernon and I had a conversation before, and we were talking about ancient trees, the trees that went to heaven, and it's just fascinating. Oh, here we go. Okay, we did have another one. This one is one that you could see if you went down a little bit more, that the volcanoes that were very, very clear, and then these ones at the back were erupting when these photos were taken, or this capture on Google Earth. They were erupting because it was all billowy around the tops of them. You could not get sharp. It looked like, when you've got a sandy bottom and a dog walks on it and the sand goes bush. That's what it looked like when on Google Earth Live. So I surmised, I'm just using my, common sense, that they could have been actually bubbling, not erupting, but just bubbling like fishes. So have you got the next one there, please, mate? Okay. All right. This is Bermuda Triangle. This is on the actual opposite side from where they get they supposedly used to be taken. Now, the Bermuda Triangle goes to Florida and Bermuda, as you know. So we're at the tip of it, basically, here. This is the tip, the what you would call the tip of the pyramid of the triangle is Bermuda. Now, if you look, now, what I tended to come to a bit of now we can go underground cables, we can do all that. There's more to that than this. There's definitely more to that than this, because this is not isolated to this spot. Next one there, Messi. So I'm leaving this all up to you guys. Leave your comments. Talk to each other about this stuff. Okay, this is a bit different. The reason I got this one is for a little bit different. I wanted to show to you the example of a atom bomb, a nuclear explosion, whichever it was. But if you go in tight on this one, which we can't, but we could have, you will see the edge of the land where it is just blown everything away except a tiny little strip on the right-hand side. And you can tell because inside of this is way deeper than the ocean on the outside of it, okay? So that is where it actually exploded. And this is how these atolls were made. They were tropical islands. They were not... You get little... I'm from the Great Barrier Reef up north. I know you get little, natural ones, yes, but these are huge. These were your test sites. So next one, please, Messi. Just thought I'd share that. Show you guys. Yep, it's pretty obvious. Right, now we're going on to our giant trees section. Okay. Now, Growler, this is where I'd like your interpretation, because I've shown Growler this over the last several months, and he knows exactly what we're looking at here.
Mm.
So,
Yep.
it's too good to be true because it looks too simple. It for me to say this, it looks like, oh yeah, sure. But when you know and you start researching into how big the trees were on this plain, you will understand. You see, all the green parts you're looking at there, guys, which are these veins, all these green parts, they're risen, they're high. And I tell you why, because they're branches off a tree. But you have to take into consideration how small you would be down there compared to how big that branch was. This is what we was dealing with. This is what's been hidden from our history. Hidden because it was in the Bible. Hidden because it was in the Bible. So I thought that was a beautiful example, but we've got something, that's even better than that, because I've figured this out as I've gone along with this one. Here's the Devil's Tower. Now, I've known this was a tree for ages, but I found something else today. Now, if any of you know wood, you know how to, you've seen wood rot. Yes, this has turned to stone, but certain conditions, especially underwater, create calcification of wood. You can do this yourself. You can do a scientific experiment. Just wait 7 years in the right conditions. You've got wood. Now, stone from your wood. Now, can we go to the next one, please, sweetheart? This is where I've never seen anybody else say this. Okay, here we are. Right, take a deep breath. Okay, now the Devil's Tower, where it says that is where the stump is. As you can see, that brown bit right under the V and the I. What do you think that looks like? Just very simply look at it with the eyes of a child in front of you. Now, it's a shame we can't go on this live now, because this was the perfect example, because you could see the way that tree fell. Because if you go around the back of it, around this the bottom side, there is no foliage, there is no hills there and green parts. Okay. Now, the foliage decays and all that, we know that, but the branches stayed and formed the ridges. So these are things you can do yourself, guys, when you're bored. Okay. And there's the outer area of it. That, my friends, was a tree, and the evidence is laying right next to it. And they tell you, no, why are you being lied to so badly? I think all of us on this channel know the answer to that. So, more evidence, more striking evidence. But don't worry, it doesn't finish here. There's no way I'm putting this bone down now that I'm onto this stuff. I also found a tree in Madagascar that was 11 kilometres round through the middle. So that means it's 22, I think. How did Vernon put that? I'm not real good with that sort of thing, but 11 kilometres through the guts, right down the centre in the middle, side to side. 11 kilometres in Madagascar. Did I throw that photo in there, Messi? He'll put it up if not. If not, that must be our last photo, which I think it might be. So, guys, yeah, if you just really, it's a really great area of study. And, okay, thank you. Can you see where it, because I know when a tree, a lot of these little green ones on the other side would have been when they bounce, because I'm an old tree lopper. We did it for 15 years. I know all about trees. I know how they fall. I know where their foliage lies. I know how they break and it'll snap off over there. It's the only reason I'm still alive, because I know how it all worked. And this tree fell to your right, and that little bit at the back was, shake off. And that is your evidence, my friends. Feel free to tell me it's not. I mean, and I'm serious about that, guys. Like, tell me it's not. Feel free. But I mean, eyes to see, isn't that what this is all about? So I've got a lot more than this coming in the future. And I think that was the last one of my photos there. Thank you, Messi. So I wanted to bring that to you. Sorry about that Google Earth issue. We will try and get that sorted, and then I can really show you some other stuff I've found that I've got catalogued away. But Growler, I'm excited to let them hear what's going on in Australia now.
Mm,
Give them an update because you're not hearing this stuff. I've been told this by good sources that you guys are not hearing what's going really on here. So we're going to
mm,
tell you in a
mm,
nutshell. So hang on to
mm,
your hats. Seriously, hang on. We're there.
mm,
We're
mm,
we're. That's why I'll just put my head into la di da land and go. Yep, can't do anything about this. It's happening here now. So
mm.
welcome, Growler,
Thanks, mate, and thanks for your
my friend.
my sister, and friend, and awesome sister, and all the other awesome sisters and brothers on this chat. I'd just quickly like to say a big hi to the Bubba News. Good to have you on, mate, and just keep
Hey,
putting the stuff
David, welcome.
just keep doing what you're doing. Great stuff. And we have Joe from Effed Up World. Anything you need to know about the Outer
Hey,
Darkness and anything about Joey will tell you, and he's spot on as usual. And
Effed Up
I'd just
World
like to,
YouTube channel.
yeah, he's awesome. He knows what he's doing. And like to say, about time you damn well came in, Anne. I tell you what, mate, I'm going to have to see you in my office. I really will. Great to have you in, Anne. We love you very much, and you know you're the most integral part here. You know that, and we love you heaps, and everyone loves you so much as well.
My
Dr.
friend Dr.
Evales, good to have you in,
Evals
mate.
is here. Yes, he's from, I'm sure he's
Yeah,
up near Canada. Sorry,
you know,
I was just going to say, I just saw him pop up. And
yep,
always good to have you in the
yep,
house, mate. I've known him for years now. And Joe, great to see
yep,
you. Will, trees
yeah,
miles wide, miles high, the tree of life probably reached
yep.
heaven. Well, what Vernon was saying to me before, sorry, I'll just quickly say this, was the tree that I
No, that's
found
all
in
right.
Madagascar. The one I found in Madagascar that I didn't show, but I will next time, it's actually 11 kilometres wide through the centre. He said, Madagascar. Well, Madagascar was a tree. Maybe, that was one of the, being that big, it would have reached to heaven. He quickly did the math in his head. He must be
Mm,
super computer brain like that, like some
mm,
people are with math. And he did it, and he said that tree would have been over 70 miles high. I was like,
mm,
well, the firmament, that rocket went to 73 miles, not just saying. But yeah,
mm,
so
mm.
thank you everybody who's come in. Real Bible, real life. Welcome. Welcome,
Hey,
guys. Good to see
great to
you
have you
too. Hope
in.
you're both there. Hope you're both there.
Yeah,
To hubby and wife, beautiful people.
yeah.
Davy313, hallelujah. I mean, hallelujah. I mean,
Davey.
aloha. I
Uh,
said hallelujah. Oh, but hallelujah too, guys. Hallelujah. I've been saying
mm.
hallelujah for days.
And
Hallelujah.
Dwayne as well. Dwayne Glower. Good on you, mate. Thanks for coming in, my brother. I hope everything's going
Awesome.
well for you. And Will, thanks, Will, for coming in. And Grace, thank you for coming in as well. I hope everything's going well with you guys. And just thank you so much for all your support. It's just been awesome. So,
Awesome.
yeah, so now there is a few things, or it's not much. I just want to just touch over a few things. Like I said, I didn't. I might do more of an in-depth video tomorrow or the next day, and really go through some stuff that's happening in Australia. Um, so. The first thing is Melbourne has been locked down for about 220 days now since it started, and I did hear that Melbourne will be locked down until January, February next year until they get their
Oh,
80% target. So Melbourne's just screwed to the max.
mm,
I don't know how much more they can take, and I don't even want to think what's happening in the populace and how everyone's suffering, and it's really, really sad.
mm, yeah.
And there have been reports of if there's people in Melbourne that are on this channel, I have heard that there's drones flying around and keeping an eye on things, and in Sydney as well. South Australia, I heard, yeah, especially New South Wales as well. Choppers flying around, keeping an eye on parks and making sure people are adhering to their dear leaders' orders. And yeah, it's just basically. I think that what's happening in Australia will go worldwide. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I can tell you, that things are pretty screwed up here, and it's very very sad. Like I said, I will give you a bit more of an update. I didn't really have a look at it today, but what I want to do is I'm really having a look at the Afghanistan situation. So I'm still trying to put something together here. So I will. I think what you're seeing over there. I think it's all a massive psyop, and there's definitely something much bigger in the works there. And I mean, Australia's getting 20,000 Afghans. All Western countries are getting all these Afghans. They're flying them out. So I think that there could be more to the story than what they're definitely telling you. And I think, I mean, you can say, they might do this, they might do that, they might do this. So I don't want to say anything yet because I'd rather do a little bit more study on it and just see where it's going. But I've got some sort of idea, but I will not say anything at the moment. The only thing I might say, as we know that is Islam is very against Christianity, and they're all going into Western countries, and they've all come from war-torn countries. So you can maybe fit your head around that, and start looking into it. And I mean, you guys might find things that I don't find, and we can all put our heads together and try and work this out. Or basically just could be a massive psyop of what's happening in other countries. Something massive might be happening in the Middle East, we don't know. That's why they put Afghanistan there. It's all to deflect attention. So it can be a multitude of things. And this is how they wage wars, through psychological warfare, and one hand's doing this, the other hand's doing that. So that's the things we've actually got to find out, and it is what it is. So now,
It is.
So what I try and follow what sort of bills have been passed in upper and lower house in federal parliament, and through the House of Reps and the Senate, because it's got to pass both houses here before it gets royally assented to the Crown. And this bill has not been passed in any other so-called Commonwealth country. But I call it the corporation. That's all it is. So it has not been passed by anywhere else. So if you see what's happening in New South, and basically what's happening in Australia, and we have been discussing this quite a few times, Sis, that even before this whole pandemic, whatever it is, that Australia and New Zealand are the test cases anyway
Yeah.
for
Well, Growler, I've got a book.
for what's
I've got a
going
book
on.
from the 80s. I have a book from the 80s by a man called
Yeah,
Barry Smith, who was a
yeah,
New Zealander who
yeah,
exposed all this stuff, in the late 80s, early 90s, and
yeah,
nobody believed him. And he was actually the
yeah.
reason that I got
No, that's
saved.
right.
So there you go. Here we are. I've done a
Mm,
complete 360.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, 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 and so whatever's being passed here, I know, I'm not sure will be passed in other countries. I don't know. It's only a wait and see approach, and so I want to just say to you guys, be careful online. Really do. Just try not to leave too many comments and that sort of thing. I've gone through the Strong Cities Network program, and they're building live lists and categorising people and categorising comments, and building them into how many times they comment on what sort of what sort of topics they, especially CV related, anti-lockdown, all this sort of stuff. And one thing I really do want to say and really drive the message home to, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure that I won't have to. I'm talking to the choir here. I find that do not go out to protest, people. Please don't do that. It just doesn't. It plays into their hands. It doesn't achieve anything. You know, and I'm very against protests. I really am, because it's not going to do it. You're playing into their hands. You know, they're going to use it for a super spreader event, or they're going to, you know, all the people that go and protest, they've got cameras and they know who you are. They start building profiles. These people are very, very far ahead, and they've had this plan for a long time. As I said, do not underestimate your enemy, or basically you're a dead man walking. So, you know, I will say it, no protest. I expect no one in here to do that sort of thing. Instead of going out and protesting, you're probably better off researching and praying. That'll achieve a lot more, and you don't want to play into their hands, because who knows? I think that they, you know, the bigger the protest, you know, the more uncertain, you know, the more unstable it becomes. So they've already planned for that. So if there's mass protests, all this sort of thing, who knows what they can do? And it's just not. It's not worth putting yourself out there. You know, you're better off, you know, just quietly going along the street or something. If you're going out to the shops, and just tell people the good news, and you know, just try and be, you know, just fly under the radar. It's not worth playing into their hands. They love this sort of stuff, and they'll use it against you. And so the first thing I want to pick up, I will bring it up, and I'll read this bill that has been passed. Okay, so this is the surveillance legislation amendment for the Identify and Disrupt Bill 2021. So they did have that bill in 2020, and they've amended it and they've enhanced it. And I'll just go through a few things here. So you can see it's an official document here. And it'll be in the description box, but you can actually see where all this is going. You know, type government, yeah, Home Affairs, House of Reps, passed both houses as they have to before it gets royally assented to the so-called Crown, which I call the corporation, and the Parliament number is 46. So if we can just go down to the first, if we can just, yeah, that's fine there. Yep. And I mean, I will read it, so because I know a lot of people can't read it, and they're, you know, maybe driving or doing household duties and that sort of thing. So I'll read that out for you and see where things are going. Okay, summary: amends the Surveillance Devices Act of 2004 and Telecommunications Interception and Access Act of 1979 to introduce data disruption warrants to enable the AFP and the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission, ACIC, to disrupt data by modifying, adding, copying, or deleting data in order to frustrate the commission of serious offences online. I'll just quickly say that we did have another bill passed, and I did go through that in a previous live stream, where they can actually they want to make it all internet friendly and stop all this online abuse, and that this marries in with this act here as well. So if you get both of these acts and pull them together, you can start to build a bit more of a list here. So, and make minor technical corrections, which we know that they won't. The Surveillance Devices Act of 2004 to introduce network activity warrants to enable the AFP, introduce account takeover warrants to enable the AFP and ACIC to take over a person's online account for the purposes of gathering evidence to further a criminal investigation, and make minor amendments to the controlled operations regime to ensure controlled operations can be conducted effectively in the online environment, and 10 acts to make consequential amendments. So if we just go down a little bit more, So you've got progress and document transcripts. It's got that, and you can Google that yourself. You just go into that. That'll be in the description box. It says to introduce and read the first time. So this is how it gets passed through. This is how it gets passed through. They say, oh, we've gone through the right ways. You can't do anything about it. So they cover their asses that way. So they've got the first reading, third reading, and then passed by both houses. And then they've got the memoranda, the proposed amendments circulated by members and senators when they propose to make changes to the bill. For details about the outcome of proposed amendments, please refer to either the votes and proceedings, House of Reps, or the journals in the Senate. Schedules of amendments, so that just basically tells you how they amended it and how they voted them into the upper and lower federal House of Parliament. So if we just keep going down. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, that's right. So all that's in there. So now I'm going to describe how they're going to do it. So I can just bring up the next one, mate. Good.
No, they're doing it quickly. I know that. It's
so
happening
please be careful
so
online, guys.
fast.
Very, very important.
Please be careful. I'm not going to comment on anybody's videos anymore. Only friends, and say, hey, just something that they cannot peg you for.
That's right. Yeah, well, they've probably live listed all of us anyway, you know. But you want to sort of like, you know, start disperse, not dispersing, but you know, try not to.
Keep your head down.
I mean, doesn't. Yeah, just keep your head down. It's not worth it. I mean, just let everyone else. They think, oh yeah, well I have rights. Well, you know, good luck with that. And I've already gone through that with through other live streams. So.
Here we go.
I'll just bring this up so you can actually see how it's happening. So more police powers, as it said at the start. So the Labor and Liberal parties, which are both the same, they're all drug dealers. That's all they are. Have voted to pass the surveillance legislation amendment, Identify and Disrupt Bill of 2020, which amended in 2021, which makes three new warrants available to the AFP and the ACIC. Network activity warrants allow the AFP or ACIC to monitor online activity without investigating or accusing a person of a crime. I'll go through that again. Network activity warrants allow the AFP or ACIC to monitor online activity without investigating or accusing a person of a crime. Now, if you go back to the Public Health Act, which they've signed into law here, and you've seen the Biosecurity Act, they've suspended the Constitution. So now, if you read through the Public Health Act, they can get you. All they've got to do is say, all we do is, you know, we can get you because all we have to do is we think you've done something. That's all they've got to do now, and they can take you to court. So this is the thing. So here's another part of how they're going to shut you down online. Oh, well, you know, we don't need warrants. We don't need this, and we don't need that. We just have to think. So, you know, we've, as you can see, you know, it goes from level to level, and they're starting to put the screws down. So now you've got the thought police after you. Okay, so the network, as I've read, account takeover warrants police to take over an account. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Yeah. I just have to tell Davey 313. Anne, could you help Davey, because I'm not sure how she will do it, but she's accidentally blocked somebody and did not mean to, and I know I've done it before. Could you just tell her what to hit to unblock that, please, mate? Thank you. Back to you, Growler.
Okay, so I'll keep reading there, guys. Network activity warrants allow the AFP ACIC to monitor online activity without investigating, accusing a person of a crime. They can do whatever. They don't even have to notify you now. Account takeover warrants enable the police to take over an account and change their data which could then be used as evidence in a criminal proceeding. Data disruption warrants grant law enforcement data disruption powers to stop the suspected commission of an offence using a computer. If a person with relevant knowledge does not comply with a data disruption warrant, it could result in a 10-year jail term. The Richardson Review concluded that this bill enables the AFP and ACIC to be judge, jury, and executioner. So what's that saying is not even a judge in a civil court, or I mean, all those things have been taken over anyway through emergency powers. But you could have someone, I mean, you wouldn't even have to have someone at court. All they can do is they could just have a statement, take it to court, have a statement. Police reads a statement from the AFP or ACIC to read a statement. They say, you're done, there's 10 years jail, we've taken over your account. What they're going to do with that sort of stuff, they could take over your account, basically frame you for saying something that you shouldn't have said, and they take you to court and you get a 10-year jail term. Now, this bill has not been passed in any other country. And it was quietly passed. I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. So it was snuck in under the cover of darkness and is implemented right now. The Richardson Review concluded that this bill enables judge, jury, and executioner. The bill does not identify or explain why these powers are necessary. Think about that. The bill does not identify or explain why these powers are necessary, and our allies in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, New Zealand do not grant law enforcement these rights. So it's only been passed here in Australia. So if you have a look what's happening in New South Wales, Victoria, and how we're getting test case, they're passing all these laws here. So the Greens put forward amendments to balance these powers with a robust human rights framework that would protect innocent people from the abuse of powers contained in this bill, but we were outvoted by the major parties. So it's all been passed and they've got, can't say anything. So if we just scroll up a bit more, thanks, Miss, that'd be good, mate. Okay, yeah. Just bear with me there, guys. I'm sorry. So,
Davey313, if you just tell Anne who you blocked accidentally, she can fix it. Thanks.
As our laws evolve to combat cyber-enabled crime, our human rights need to evolve as well to protect us from cyber-enabled abuses of power. That's all right. We'll lock all you down and put you under house arrest and label your house as a biosecurity threat just because we want to keep you safe. Public release. This material comes from originating from the originating organisation and may be of a point in time, nature, edited for clarity, style, length, and view the full thing here. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Will it be passed in your country? Well, I don't know. I have no idea, but it's been passed here, as I think that we're first taxi off the rank for all this sort of stuff. And as I've put through before, if you have a look at our Defence Legislation Bill Amendment Enhancement 2020, which actually was amended and enhanced in 2021 in March, I think it was, on the 8th of March, that allows foreign forces and foreign police forces on our soil with impunity and immunity, and emergency was not defined. So you can see where this is going. Now, there's basically free speech will go. I'm not sure when they're going to implement this and how they're going to implement it, but I'm sure you guys have been on all the news sites and all this, and they delete all these comments. You should delete all these comments, and the news stations delete all these comments. It's going to go to a much bigger level, I find, and it's going to get pretty messy, and I'm sure that with the orange juice kickback here, and they're not juicing enough people, and what I mean, if you have a look at it, if you look at it in the broader scope of things, you know, a lot of these comments and, you know, people saying don't do this and don't do that, that's really putting a dent in their program. So I think it's only a matter of time before they really close things off, especially here in Australia, and really make our life hell. But that's fine. I mean, you know, if we've been going through this for the last, or waking up for the last 3.5, 4 years, and then, you know, this circus started, and we basically know what's going on. So, you know, I'm glad that we covered all these points that we have, and you go through all the live streams and who's behind it and that sort of thing. As I said, guys, if you really want to know what's going on, you know, and see which organisations are, you know, amalgamating with who, and, you know, all big businesses swallowing up the small businesses, and what banks are doing and all this sort of stuff, you know, look no further than Rome. Please go into, I mean, whatever's available, as we know that Francis, Pope Francis, is basically the one, you know, orchestrating all this, but the person behind the Pope, who is Arturo Sosa, the Black Pope, is the big boss, because if you have a look, it's very easy to see who is in charge. You have a look at all the world's prime ministers, presidents, all that. They all have to go. They all have to go to Rome, and they all bow down to the Pope. So there's your boss. Who does Francis bow down to? Arturo, the Black Pope. So Francis answers to Arturo, and Arturo answers to Satan. That's basically what it is. So, you know, I find, if you have a look at Rome, it's a walled city. It's a foreign country within a country. Nothing can happen to a country like that. Any other country can be invaded and sorted out by who knows what, and be hit by economics. It can be hit by psychological operations. It can be hit by pandemics. It can be all hit. But Rome seemed to be getting out of it as well. So yeah, I just wanted to just keep you guys abreast, because I find it very, very, very beneficial if you do go into your government's bills and what's being passed, and especially when Trump got out of the White House, and then if you have a look at when Biden came in, and all the executive orders that he signed and reversed under that, you know, so you can start to build much more of a bigger picture. I find if you actually go into these bills, amendments, and laws that are being passed, you know, you can really start to see, you get much more of a bigger picture than trying to, you know, go on different videos and all that. Just read what they're passing, and you can start to build much more of a bigger picture. So yeah, like I said, we are the test case, and you know, it is what it is, isn't it, Tess? You know, and
that's right, mate. Yeah. But you know, like,
so
everybody, I just hope.
Yep.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, I just hope that anybody that is in Australia that's listened to our live streams would have prepared, because we've been warning for a long time. So hopefully somebody has even just heard just even one person. That's all I hope. So I just had a couple of things I needed to clear up in the chat here. Excuse me. Davey313 says, did Australia ever have rights to have guns? Yes, we did, but then they did a false flag, which was Port Arthur, the late 80s, and they used a young lad, and probably under MK, I don't know, but it was not real, because then they had the gun buyback scheme after that, where they gave people a choice, but then they made it illegal, which as soon as the gun buyback come in, you could see where it was going. And rifles are only allowed for people who have a spotless criminal record, who have never, ever, ever had a charge against them. And there are only certain, you have to be at a rifle range, your gun's registered and stamped with your number on it, and yeah, definitely no handguns. And some farmers, very remote, you know, out on the properties, yes, they are allowed. But overall, Davey, no, we do not. We cannot defend ourselves like you guys can there. And even so, guys, the problem with a gun is it does give you a false sense of security because their guns are better than yours no matter what. And this is the problem. Everyone thinks we'll have a shootout. Well, look, yeah, it's probably the quickest way to go. You know, like, I'm not being mean, but unfortunately, it's, you know, if that had to be any other way, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't be sitting in a FEMA camp, you know, so in that way. But with your guns, I don't know, they've got different plans for America than Australia and New Zealand. And Gov and I are Gov. Growler, his other name's Gov. We call him Gov in the family. He's the governor. But Growler, we were talking about this, weren't we? You know, like, yeah. Well, anyway, I'll get off that. But I did want to say it's Mark Guyver. Mark Guyver said, read the last paragraph in the book of the mark of the in the Bible. The mark of the beast is changing the word that was brought with a blood sacrifice. I'm not sure what Revelation chapter 22, because I've just had a quick look at it and I'm not sure. So, and he says, no one will believe me. They need to check out my YT channel. Yeah, go show Mark some love, guys. That's awesome. This is what we do. We support each other. Now, I don't know, have you got the exact Mark, have you got the exact scripture that you're talking about there that we can all have a look? You know, these things are interesting because the Spirit is changing the word. It is. We know. There's some absolutely ridiculous things. I'm not going to go into it because I don't like concentrating on that, because I do know it's happening. I do know it's spiritual. I know it's real. And it's, like we say, it is what it is. It's changing, but it is good if we can show each other where it's changing. If it's like, you know, some people really need to know, especially new people that are new to the Bible. It's very important that they probably are told these things, because us who are seasoned in it will pick it up, but they won't. So that's interesting. And I just wanted to thank you for all your information, Mr. Growler. I wanted to thank you for all your information.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. And yeah, I think it's better if you know, we just do targeted sort of things like this, as I don't want to. I mean, there's been I'd say probably the last week, and I've said this to you as well, sis, that there's not much information even coming out of the MSN here. And
No.
so I'm thinking, if there's not much information, it's getting worse and worse. So
it's cooking. Something's cooking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we got the full truck strike today on the 31st, and there's supposed to be some sort of stand up and rise or something like that in each capital city here. So I don't know, and I don't participate in any of that crap. It's just not really worth it. You know, like I said, you're just playing into their hands. You know, I'd rather find out what they're doing and rip them a new one through information and let people know what's going on, because knowledge is a much better weapon than going out and screaming your head off for nothing and, you know, playing into their hands. You know,
yeah, exactly.
That's just the way it is.
No, we have to be sensible in this time, or we're just sitting ducks. You know, the Father doesn't want us to be silly about this. You know, I know there was a time where you and I used to go out, and when the diapers on the face first came out, we used to have a bit of fun and go, oh, get that off your face, walk past someone. But I mean, we can't do that anymore. It's totally, everything has gotten so serious. We were proud to walk through the shop and hold our head up high, but now we're being very careful and only going out if we have to, and just keeping our head down. And that's why somebody just said they're very suspicious. I think it was Dwayne Glower said they're very suspicious of other podcasts because they seem to be able to say anything and get away with it. And I agree absolutely with that, because if we do, we get struck straight away. And we've proven this. So we spent 6 months off air because we don't even know what. Now, So you're right. You're not paranoid. No one. I wouldn't call you paranoid. I call you discerning. And this is what everybody needs to do. Don't just jump around the internet and jump on because you're a new Christian. Don't just jump on any Christian's thing and think that is, it's a good site, because there's many, like True News. What's that guy? Ray, True News.
Ray Romano.
No.
No. Oh,
He's
okay.
an actor. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, but there is True News, and they're a Christian, a very big Christian organisation in America. And I don't bag people, but I can tell you they look really good on the outside. Okay, and so it's not being paranoid to be discerning. So this is what, as people that are new to this, we don't know how long you guys have been, been reading your Bible. We don't know. But we can tell you that there is a lot the deception runs even now that the Bible's changed. I'm not saying the Bible's deceptive, but what I'm saying is I don't know what the heck that is. I don't know why that's happening, but it is probably like Vernon said, they've used the concern and gone back and maybe changed the past. It's not so out there. If we believe in, that fallen angels and demons, why is it hard to believe that they could actually do this, and they were actually allowed to by the Heavenly Father himself, because they couldn't have done it without him. But I just think the Father really just wants to see who of us is going to stand through this. Now, Zoe was saying before that a friend of hers parents took the thing, the VC, and they are now gone within weeks. And then somebody else chimed in and said, yes, they know somebody. Might have been Anne herself, was it? One of you said that, yes, they knew somebody as well. Personally, nobody we know yet, but guys, I'm expecting it. And I'm expecting it with one of my relatives, actually. And I feel like I'm a morbid SOB for saying that. But I'm not. It's just that I know what they've taken, and I know what's going to happen. And this I will say, because it is my channel, and I'm allowed, I am very careful with what I say. So, but I want you all to know that I've been watching some pastors during the week, because I am a seasoned, a more mature person in the Word, and I can watch other channels and decode these people. And I was watching some, and even a guy that I love now, you guys might know his name, I cannot remember. They sold their souls for rock and roll. If you know that pastor's name, Pastor Joe, hang on, I nearly had it. Okay, so they sold their souls for rock and roll. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? YouTube. Now, Pastor Joe, can't remember his last name, he's running around. I really liked that guy. He had me sucked in. He's running around saying, no, everything's fine, take it. We'll know when it's here. Do you realize what he's saying? Do you realize what they're all saying? They're saying that the devil himself is going to shout to everybody on earth, hey, this is the mark. So what? All the Christians don't take it. Are you serious? This is what and he's not alone. How do you say his name? Amir
Safati.
Amir Safati.
Yeah.
Jack Hibbs. Joe from I'm trying to think of the name. Now
it's all stinky wind.
I'm not knocking channels here. I'm telling you, pastors are leading their people to take something that I betcha. Well, if they take it, well, then they're devils anyway, but probably telling you to take something that they won't even take. So this is deception of the highest level. The devil is not going to come over the earth and scream down, here's the mark of the beast over here, just so you know what it is. Please don't be fooled. He deceived Eve, and he will deceive the whole world this time. Now, which he deceived the whole world by deceiving Eve, because we've all been born into sin. Now, now these people saying this I don't know if they have half a grey brain cell, because do they not know what danger they are in, let alone for telling everybody else it's okay? Now, I am expecting people around me to go, yeah, I am. And nearly everybody we know now, even our friends that we used to go and meet down at the airbase where we watched the jets, they've all been done except one. They've all been done except one. Okay? So this is what it said, the narrow gate, the narrow road, the eye of the needle. There's only going to be few of us that we're going to have to fight this. We're going to have nothing, especially us first. Us here first. We will be the ones pushed out, and we nearly are. Because I tell you what, I've probably been to a shop 3 times in the last month. Big shop, not my corner shop, because I can go there and they don't hassle us. Yesterday, we got followed by the police because we were the only 2 people in there without a face nappy, and someone might have went up to him and said, and I looked back and I went, oh, and I went, hubby, uh-oh, quick. And so we skedaddled and we just got outside in time and looked back and I went, I don't want to know, but he was coming, but he was so far back, but I seen him look and, yeah, he was off. Now, it's gotten to the point where I'm getting followed in the shopping centre by a policeman. This has gone completely ridiculous, but I've accepted it. And this is what we have to do. We have to accept that we can't turn this around. I don't care the amount of protests you go to. I don't care who says what. This has to play out as the Bible told you it would. That means there's no coming back. That means we're not going back to before CV normal. People that don't want to grasp this, they're the ones that are going to have the very hardest time and flip out mentally and run to it because they've got nothing else. So try to have a plan, guys, any sort of plan, any at all. A roadmap, if you want, a roadmap out of somehow. But look, I believe there is a second Exodus, absolutely. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. I hope I'm around to see it. I hope I'll last that long. That's all I hope. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket, and I know that might sound depressing, but it's not. It's liberating because it takes the fear of death. Oh, death, where is your sting? You know? Oh, death, where is your sting? No, I'm not buying that anymore. So, are you still there, Growler? Have I taken over? I am so sorry, but I just wanted to say these things because this is the most major thing that's happening. The major thing we need to tell people is please, 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 research. Have a look for 10 minutes before you go doing it to yourself. And after 10 minutes, I will guarantee you won't be wanting to do it. But information is getting very, very difficult to find. And that is where you can use this channel, this particular channel, to go back, have a look at our previous things, and it's all there. So if you want to learn and you don't know enough about it, go back, have a look at our previous live streams, even normal walk talk videos. We talk about a lot on those sometimes. Sometimes we go more in depth on those. We actually, I think we do sometimes. And we enjoy doing those. So we're just here for you guys to go, right. We saw the sword coming 3.5 years ago. I started warning then. And now we've come to the point where I think I am an authority under the Almighty to say it is the MOTB. I know in my soul, in my heart of hearts, that I'm not deceiving anybody. And then if you don't like that or you don't want to take that, well, then it's a Depop anyway. So which flavour do you want? You take your pick. Now, if you look at it that way, that's surely going to stop you, isn't it? Isn't it? I don't know. I've seen some people do some pretty crazy things in my time. But this outlives everything I've ever seen. People just running to the doctors, just thinking that, this is the answer. Get back to normal. All the things they're starting to say to the people in Victoria here. If you just, like Growler said, I'm sure he might have mentioned, do this and do that, and you can go out to the cinema. You can go to the cafe. You can lose your soul and go back out to the football game. It's past the point of no return, guys. So if you guys just want to Please join me in this. Just do this for a sec with me. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. Surely He will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by the day, nor the pestilence that walketh in the darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at midday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, and it shall not come nigh thee. Only with my eyes shall I behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, then no evil shall befall you, and neither shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give angels charge over you all, to keep you all in your ways. They shall bear you up with their hands, and lest you shall dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the adder, and the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honour him. With long life will I satisfy him, and showeth my salvation. Boom. There you go. Teach us, O Father. Teach us your ways. Help us. Give us strength, guidance, courage in these last days. Please let these people here know that you are watching over them, each and every one of them. And I've already seen just one of your miracles this week, Father. I'm not sharing anything, as I know I can't, but I just want them to know that, yes, thank you. I will tell them, yes, you're providing miracles here in our life. Thank you so much for being our shield and buckler, because without you, we'll go off the cliff. Strengthen us, give us a heart for those, even those who have done this to themselves, to at least be there to comfort them in what they're going to go through. Let us be merciful to them, even though it's difficult. But show us, for you to show us your mercy. We need to show mercy. Please give us that. Take away all our anger, bitterness, revenge, hatred, all of it. Father, empty us of sin. Clean our vessels ready for our groom. Please, we are the bride, and I can see what you're doing, Father, by these lockdowns. Even so, you're taking everything off the bride. I think it's beautiful in that way. But your bride can only hold out for so long, Father, without things that they need. And I know you know. But please, I'm asking you, look after them all, each and every single one of them that call upon your name. All over this plane, everywhere, all our brothers and sisters. Provide this exodus for us, Father. We are your children. And I pray this in the mighty, 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 mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach. So be it. Okay. Am I still on? Hello, is anybody out there? I don't even know if anybody heard anything I said, because it seems that I am alone. However, I'm looking at the chat. So, guys, did that come out? Cool. Very good. Thanks, guys. Well, look, I'm going to sign off, and faith is endurance. Faith and endurance, yes. Growler and I love you guys. You know that. We do this because we care for you all. And the Australian minister had a heart attack after the VC. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Massively Mandela. Thanks for that. I'll have a look into that. We'll get Growler onto it. We just want to thank you all so much for stream number 50, no, not 51. Thank you for joining us. Vernon, much love. Davey313, always in the house. Massively Mandela, thanks. DJ Nazi, good to see you, mate. Mark Guyver, thank you. I enjoy reading your comments, mate. Laurie Mudge, welcome. Welcome. Shane Barber, as usual, much love to you and your beautiful wife. Anne, thank you, Anne. Whatever you're doing, Growler, stop it. And thank you so much, Anne. You're always here. Spencer Murphy, thank you so much. Thank you. Real Bible, real life. We love you guys. Roxanne from Canada. Wow. You're going to get cold this year, girlie. Have we had a cold Australia? And no, not fun. Stay warm. Joseph Sage, thanks, mate. I do enjoy your videos. I hope you get what you're praying for, buddy. I really do. Wolfman in Oz, welcome, dude. I think you're in Western Australia, aren't you? Bill, pleasure as usual. Thanks, Bill. Anybody else who I've missed who is still in the house? Marlo, Deafbread, hey, man, welcome. Dwayne, thanks for coming. Deb, thanks for coming. Michael Joshua Lewis, how is Sydney? Oh, not good. Fudge is in the house. Big Fudge, hugs to you all. Thanks, Fudge. Spitfire Red. There it is. Rick. Yeah. True News is run by Rick, and he's in my town of Florida, about 4 miles from me. Oh, you're kidding. Rick Wiles. That's it. Just got it. Rick Wiles. Oh, yeah. They're telling everybody it's cool. So, yeah. I'd just be very careful who you watch. That's what we were talking about before. If you just joined, you'll have to go back. But so we are signing off, and I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Will, see you, Will.
Yep.
Southern Mercy, thank you. Praying for you and all you guys. Bubba, thank you, Bubba. Always good to have you in the house. Joe, if you're still here, we love you. We love you, mate, our carpenter mate. And Ann Pearson, I haven't seen you for a while. Yaz Child, all of it. Thank you, Yaz Child. Nyota, I think that's about it. Just trying to be, I don't usually do this. Usually this is Growler's job, but I'm doing it tonight. Die, thanks for the hopium. I love it. Hopium. It's not opium, it's hopium.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can just now.
Oh, you can. Okay,
tells
sorry.
people to not. Oh, maybe it's not them I'm thinking then of, Anne. It might be another one of those. Sorry, I might be getting mixed up then, but I know it's one of the old. I don't like saying things like that, so I take that back totally. If Rick Wiles it's not them, then it's someone else. I will clear that up in the next live stream. Sorry, Mr. Rick Wiles. Yep, good. That's great. I'm glad he is. But I'm getting that mixed up. So excuse me. Us Aussies aren't real good with some of you guys, the American preachers and the shows. Sometimes I do get them mixed up. Vernon, good night, my dear friend. You stay tight. I hope you get what you need. Data Junkie, thank you for being here. Much love. All right, guys. Growler, thank you for being with us today. And
no worries at all.
Messi, we thank you so much. Without you, we can't do this. And we're getting out in the nick of time. I'm just about flat battery here. Absolutely. So we will see you in the next Walk Talk video, which we will put together in a day or so. And we'll give you an update of what's barreling down our faces then, because it is unfolding quickly here, guys. It's breakneck speed. It's quite frightening. And I think if anybody's in Australia listening to this, our Australian listeners, please prepare. Get your food. Just have some sort of, I don't know. It's hard, I know, but look, you just pray. He'll take care of it. So believe us, he'll take care of it. He'll take care of you. So thank you, everybody. Love you, Growler. Love you,
thanks,
mate.
Yeah, love you, sister. No, thanks very much. I'd just like to say thanks, Anne, for everything you've done. You're just awesome. You
Thanks,
really
Anne.
are. And thanks to our beautiful Sister Zoe and Dwayne, and I mean
I've just been
Beck's
through
done
it
it.
all, mate.
Yeah,
I've just done
yeah, I
it.
know. I just turned
Okay.
it on. I just turned it on. So yeah, thanks
Yeah.
very much to everyone. We love you very much, and we'll do a walk and talk soon, and we'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah, what really annoys me is that because the tablet's missing and we still haven't found it, I can't reply on the comment section. I can only view it, and it's a bit frustrating because I want to answer some questions personally, but I can't. So
Mm.
yeah. So all right, guys, we will leave it at that for today, but only for today. Please, everybody, stay safe, stay prayed up, and you know where to call. You know from where your help comes. You can always send us an email. Anybody wants a chat, just send us an email, ask us to give you a call. We try and make time for this. We're always doing something, but we do try to make time as long as we're in your time slot. A lot of times when it'll happen, I see it and I know it's like 3 o'clock in the morning there, so I would only ring you accordingly. So chuck us
We're
an
very
email,
good at.
send. Yep.
We're very good at reversing the charges, guys. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Yes. Now, no, well, we don't do that.
No,
You
we
are
don't. No.
joking. No, so thank you, everybody. Yep, if you want to drop us an email, send us any sky phenomena photos you might have. Oh, boy, it's been crazy here. I've taken many. So any unusual photos, I told you guys I'd like to do that sky phenomena little bit at the beginning, and nobody sent me any since then. So please feel free to send me any photos you take between now and next week, and I can upload them, and I'll say who it's from and explain what's going on there. So much love, guys. We love you very much. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Davey.
joining us. Thank you for joining us. And we will see
Thank
you.
you.
If we don't see you before in the air, we will see you next week. We love you.
Okay.
This
Love
is
you guys.
Beck and
Thank you so
Growler.
much. We love
We
you.
are out.